Hello everyone and welcome back to Okayama. We're here for the Okayama Super Prix round 4 of the Formula Hololive Japan Zako Cup. Excuse me while I'm trying to clear the throat, hang on. So apologies here. So anyways, welcome everyone to round 4 of the Formula Hololive Japan Zako Cup. Welcome back here to Okayama. We're here for the Okayama Super Prix, the last Super Prix before we get into Motegi for the final race of the season. So let's take a look into the track map for the track. So of course we're racing for 3.7 kilometers, 11 corners, 68 laps for a total of 250 kilometers of race distance. Looking at a 112.657, but we have not seen a 112 yet, not even in the CO Cup. So we may expect 115s for the Zako Cup. And of course this circuit is originally named STI Circuit Ida, the former final venue for Formula Hololive, and it's also the former host of Formula 1's Pacific Grand Prix. So with that being said, we will move over into the situation here of the standings for both of the CO Cup and the Zako Cup. So after the Okayama Super Prix, there are only 8 drivers left in the title hunt. Michael Turner, Danilo Goyena, Kaminari Reba, Lorenzo Ricci, Farah Bashira, Jay Goodwin, and Daniel Barger. I believe we had a bit of an error here. It's not until Daniel Barger, it's until Vladislav Damashnev. We have messed up the lines here, so we'll be fixing this after we run the Zako Cup. So Vladislav Damashnev is still within title contention, although he is currently at a darkest horse out of all of them so far. But anyways, that's not what we're going to be focusing on. You can read the Okayama Super Prix standings at your own pace while we cover the epilogue, the Zako Cup standings here. So anyways, Ryota Asano with a 130-point gap to Jeff Rohan. Nato Aqua and Tokiyama Toa cars make up the top 2 of the Zako Cup. For 2/3 of start end, making up the top of the Zako Cup. Sunil Markman for Jufite Raiden lost out on the Hololive TT3 title against Sean Go. He wants to have a revenge here at the very least to at least beat him, which he's actually doing so pretty much comfortably. Alex Grant and Sean Pauly make up 4th and 5th. Jake Martinez is not on track. He's currently on his flight to Singapore for him to participate in the Singapore Super Prix, his last race for Morikawa WP before he takes over the Hyodoshi Ao number 05 full time. Currently this car is going to be driven by Joshua Azurid for a one-off appearance for him to make his ARO debut, so let's see how he performs from here. Omashaki Reza, Hofumi, Ari Nakamura, and Count Gibbons round out the top 10. Tamayuki Aoki and Muhammad Cashew make up 11th and 12th, with Crystal Salman 13th. Masaraido 14th, Isakaji Mikalev 15th, 6 days before Mikalev's big 3D live, solo live. Let's see what Isakaji Mikalev can do in the Sakura Miko number 35. Songo 16th for Ichiro Rieko, Johan Simple 17th for Natsuri Matsuri, Takashi Pin 18th for Hakuri Kori, and Dawi Glover remains the only driver to have yet to score points in any of the Suyo and Zako Cup phases so far. After 3 races, he is without a point. Let's see if this round will be different. So anyways, let's move into the qualifying session due to some errors in the texturing and all that stuff. So we're going to restart the client. So anyways, my name is Mohammad Shazir Reza in the commentary booth, and once again welcome everyone to the stream as we're about to get this qualifying session underway. So I would like to have your thoughts over on the event so far of the CO Cup. I want to hear your opinions coming into the qualifying of the Zako Cup as well. Love to hear all of your opinions on there. So anyways, just to double check about the Mikochi number 35, if the livery is applied correctly. And yes, the livery is applied correctly, although it's a bit faint, but we'll try to give it the whack regardless. So anyways, we're getting this Zako Cup qualifying session finally underway. So we got the first cars out on track. That looks like Masaraido and Tomoyuki Aoki, or rather Joshua Azurid, making his debut for Hyodoshi Ao Of course, the two Regals cars are the ones that come out first with their unconfirmed bright uniform concept liveries in entering Formula Hololive. And speaking of the devil, Tomoyuki Aki is now out on track. Yoshino Markman and Alex Grant also getting out, as well as Dawi Glover. Looks like Mamashaki Freza was also out, and Sean Pauly. So we're gonna take a slight break just to clear the flag on the truck. So you can give us 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 30. Don't go anywhere. After Mohammad Shazan Reza's withdrawal from all JV competitions after he conceded his memorial in the number 31 status, only one Reza remains in Japan, and that is Mohammad Shakir Reza. Shazan Reza is now currently in Singapore for his entry into the Singapore Super Prix later tonight. So Mohammad Shakir Reza is gonna go for a Hololive, so we're gonna go on board. Mohammad Shakir Reza is number 77, Moses Zunene from the Hololive car. So almost flat out Mike 9 before you try to get a good exit off the final corner. You have a pretty decently length long main straight coming into turn 1. Use the bridge as a brake marker, or you can use the pit line exit. And into turn 2. Flat out here as well. Turn 2, you might need to downshift to 4th gear. But anyways, here is Atwood, 17.269 for Shakir Reza in the first sector. He just needs a decent exit from this corner. Into the back straight, he gets very calm here, and now pick out your braking marker at the 75 meter mark into the hairpin. 2nd gear, that's how slow the corner is, and then coming into Revolver and Piper. Hang around in 2nd gear, and then 3rd gear maybe at Piper, and into the 2nd sector. Timing being he is at passes so far 49.115, and into Redmond and the Hobbs. 2nd gear at Redmond, and then 2nd gear once again at Hobbs. So lots of slow corners here, and then coming into Mike Knight. He doesn't need to downshift here, but he does need to lift here for extra security. Just want to get a banker lap in and into the final corner, cut as much speed as possible into the exit for this long main straight. That should be a lap here in Okayama. 1:14.815 for the younger of the Reza siblings. He's already had 3 wins so far. He won twice in 2023, won once in 2024, and now he wants to try to get out of his brother's shadow. And right now he's doing very much the thing that he needs to do, as he now puts his Momosu Tsunene number 77 on the provisional pole. And now, as the drivers are continuing on to set their lap times, we're looking at Shango, who has already completed his lap 1:16.243. His seasons in Formula Hololive struggle despite being the Hololive GP3 champion, which is interesting to note. Alex Grant, meanwhile, sits 13th, so he is currently struggling in that sense. Yusakaji Mikolev, meanwhile, doesn't have a good lap either. He is currently standing 14th. Note that this is already 6 days before Sakura Miko will have her solo live, so not the ideal performance that Mikolev is aiming for, especially given that there have been drop frames. So I want to see if there are errors in the stream right now, but I think there are no problems. So anyways, Izakaji Mikolev now has to fend off against Ari Nakamura. Mikolev is not having the pace busy doing his own lap while Nakamura is way faster. Also, Jeff Rohan looking to get himself further up the standings. Fumi and Simple make up 3rd and 4th. Fumi, of course, won here last time Formula Hololive went to Okayama. No improvement from the drivers. As expected, Mikolev is currently occupying the back spots, but he should be able to get a pretty decent result if he's able to get out of trouble, like what we see in the CO Cup, where the CO Cup drivers essentially hammered the curve at the hairpin and paid for it by flipping, by getting flipped, that is. Anyways, Yuta Asano in his penultimate race for Minato Aqua. Once he finishes his run at Motegi, this will be the full retirement of the Minato Aqua number 9 team. Of course, Minato Aqua herself has already graduated from Hololive back in August, late August. And now Asano is going to, at the very least, honor his deal to keep representing Aqua until the end of both Hololive GT3 and Formula Hololive. In Hololive GT3, the Minato Aqua saga is already over, but in this one, there's still 2 more races that Asano needs to maximize, and Asano, of course, is aiming to win the Zako Cup. He currently has 130 points over his nearest rival, that is Jeff Rohan. So if he can score 70 points more than Jeff Rohan and Shinro Markman, etc., on which it will be pretty much unlikely because Asano and Rohan are literally alongside each other. If Asano could score 70 more points than Rohan, then it's almost the championship almost over. But as it stands right now, the title fight will go down to Motegi for the final race of the season. So yeah, we're looking at, oh, Isakaji Mikolev has seen improvements finally. Mikolev is now in 16th. So looks like the spread is way better here in the Zako Cup than the CO Cup. I mean, 13 drivers within, or rather 12 drivers within a second of Callum Gibbons' current pole time, who just so happens to beat Shaki Rez's pole time, so welcome back, Callum Gibbons. Oh yeah, Roboco with her new outfit. New schoolgirl looking outfit, very nice indeed for the Robosaw. Callum Gibbons may have that channel. Also, Roboco has been committed to the bright uniform more than the originals for this year at least. So Callum Gibbons have been seeing a slight uptick in performance, so if he does win in Okayama, it's not going to be a surprise. Meanwhile, Chanel Markman gets into 3rd, Salman 12th. Now here is a bit of an anomaly here. ASCII has used a lot of the bright uniforms, a lot, at least 7 to 8 times, or if not, okay, 10 times. But yet, this is a ride that should have made the CO Cup and to challenge for the CO Cup title, to challenge for the overall Formula Hololive Japan title. But again, the performances of these Formula Hololive cars and the drivers do not reflect the talents of the Hololive members in question, and vice versa. So Salmaman is currently, so Kama's performances here in Formula Hololive is not indicative of how ASCII has been performing in Hololive live performances. So anyways, we are now coming into the final 5 minutes of the qualifying session, and we are looking at some pretty interesting battles that we are gonna be paying attention to. Anyways, Masaraido now gets up into 14th place, still reeling from the disaster that was him being spun around by Sean Pauli in the Epilogue Grand Prix at Suzuka. Meanwhile, here's Hofumi looking to get some challenge, looking to grab something out of this event, and so 49.376 for Hofumi in the first 2 sectors. Let's see how he will fare in the final sector, because right now we're going to be paying attention if he is able to get things done. And there's no improvements for Hofumi right now. So we're looking at Hofumi's lap again, and he does seem to see some improvements, but the second sector is the biggest killer. So right now, it's not gonna be the case. Meanwhile, Hyota Asano is currently in 9th, trying to fend off against, about to battle off against traffic. And Shango from out of nowhere sets a 1:14.858. He now gets into 3rd. Alright, so again, we're just reviewing Shango's lap. He has been pretty okay so far. He's now getting up into 3rd. Bit of a surprise coming into the final stages of qualifying. Meanwhile, Gibbons and Shaki Freza continue to maintain their spots in the top top 2 spots. Both of them occupying the front row as we speak. Here comes Shango. Still 3rd place for him, as we are going to conclude this qualifying session. Right now we have Cashew currently in 11th, Sean Pauly in 12th, Salman 13th, Aoki currently in 14th, Masaraido in 15th. So he's about to start 2 more laps. Should be able to do 2 more laps there, Raido, so this one should be not much of an issue. Meanwhile, here's Mikolev currently mired back in 17th, only being able to set 1/16s. Not sure if this is a good look here for Mikolev, who is aiming to get a good result here in the last race before Mikochi has her solo life, on which, based on previous solo lives hosted since 2023, we're almost going to be guaranteed to see bright uniforms. Now Mikolev is about to get himself ready to get himself Sakashi Mikolev is ready to finish his lap. Of course, he currently has Sakura Miko's Hololive logo on the rear and on the rear wing panels and the rear wing end plates and the side of the nose on the monocoque. So that's where the logos are, so connected. If you want to see what the logo is, I just want to remind you, Flower Fantasia, that is Sakura Miko's first solo live, which will be hosted in the 26th. And if I'm not mistaken, the venue for Mikochi's solo live will be at Ariake Arena. So just a bit of a plug for Mikochi's solo live as Mikolev ends his qualifying run over there. Sean Pauly, meanwhile, 1:14.582. Punigami Coronet driver, he's not the cleanest driver from what we're seeing here, often getting into penalties. But he has thrown Shaki Breza, and he is only like 0.02 of a second behind Count Gibbons, who currently sets a 1:14.559. It's almost as if this is the CO Cup. But anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Johansson will be the last driver to set a lap time. As we're going to mention, that Chanel Markman finishes his qualifying session in 6th. Next driver to finish his qualifying lap is Masaraido. Meanwhile, Tomoyuki Aoki and Mohamed Cashew are looking to finish their qualifying laps as well. Nakamura is behind Aoki, and again no improvements from each driver. Nakamura will start 5th. Sean Pauli will finish his lap. Will we see any improvements from the Inugami Korine, a veteran driver? The answer is going to be no. Callum Gibbons will be your pole sitter for the 2024 Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. But for the rest of the drivers, Mohamed Cashew and Johan Sinful are looking to finish their jobs. Mohamed Cashew will stay 13th. Johan Sinful goes to the pits, which makes it official. Callum Gibbons is now your pole sitter for the Okayama Super Prix, and of course, the last time Gibbons grabbed a pole position was back at Autopolis in the Zako Cup race earlier this season. So enough dilly-dallying, as we don't have much of a personal opinion to talk about. Let's take a look into the starting lineup here for the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. And of course, on the front row in pole position, Callum Gibbons returns to pole position for the first time since Autopolis in the Zako Cup. He will start on pole position for Roboko, and behind him is Sean Pauli for Inugami Korane. He will start on the front row with a lap time of only 200ths of a second slower. Momoshika Reza, 3rd place for Momosa Zenene, with Shango 4th for Ishijirega. This is the 2024 Zako Series Hololive GT3 champion. Ayu Nakamura starts 5th for Hachama, with Shinel Markman 6th for Jufute Raden. Hofumi 7th for Takenasoro, Johansson for 8th for Natsuhiro Matsuri. 9th place goes to Joshua Azurid for Hyodoshi Ao, with Takashi Pin 10th for Hakui Koyori. 11th place goes to Jeff Rohan for Tokyo Towa, with Yuta Asano, the championship leader, 12th for Minato Aqua. 13th place goes to Mohamed Cash for Tsunamaki Watami with Crystal Salmon, 14th for ASCII. 15th goes to Tamayuki Aoki for Shiragami Fubuki with Masa Raido, 16th for Todoroki Hajime. 17th goes to David Glover for Otonos Canada, with 18th going to Isekai Jimiko Life for Sakuramiko. Wow, Fantasia Live in 6 days, please note. And Alex Grant 19th for Yuki Hanalami. And that should be the grid for all 19 cars ready to race in the Zako Cup. We got multiple cars ready to line up here. We got cars ready to race here in the Zako Cup. One step closer into the title. Before one more race before we get into the final round of Formula Hololive Japan for 2024. Now 19 Zako Cup cars have lined up on the grid. Callum Gibbons is your pole sitter. Sean Pauli is in 2nd. Let's see how the Okayama Grand Prix goes from Super Prix goes from here for the Zako Cup. And it's a very good launch again from Callum Gibbons. And that looks like Sean Pauli trying to fend off against Mohamed Shakib Reza, who's had a blazingly good start, as he moves around the outside of Sean Pauli to make his move now into 2nd place. Sean Pauli's now dropped down to 3rd. Sean go 4th. Nakamura 5th. Markman 6th. Fumi and Sinful. Oh, there's going to be potential battle here between Sinful and Azurid. Azurid, the new boy, is making his moves. He's making his mark already in Formula Hololive Japan, replacing the unavailable Jake Martinez. Sinful 9th and Takahashi Pin 10th, as Pin now goes down the inside. Drivers have also been reminded to take it easy onto these curbs at the hairpin to prevent more DNFs. Meanwhile, lots of side-by-side battles here. Isekai Jimikola tries to go around the outside of Mohamed Cashew, but that has not been the case so far. Now he's under pressure from David Glover. Glover now down the inside of Isekai Jimikolev. And now coming into Hobbs and into Mike Knight. Isekai Jimikolev is still trying to attack, or at the very least defend. Oh, it's almost close there between the two, but fortunately no crashes so far. But Mikolev now dropped down to 18th as we've now started the 2nd lap. But that doesn't stop Isekai Jimikolev from fighting back. Look at Masaraido now making a move against Tamayuki Aoki, 2 Japanese drivers trying to make themselves known at home. Meanwhile, Mikolev has not been able to catch up to Glover. Tamayuki Aoki has managed to clear Masaraido in the S's, in the Moss S's, into Atwood, and that's now Masarai, and that's now Tomoyuki Aoki in 14th. So we're going to be looking for another early pit stop for these drivers. The ideal lap time, the ideal lap to pit is around lap 6 to 7 or lap 6 onwards. Any earlier than and you'll have to pit once again. Callum Gibbons just cruising on as usual, no problems here. Shakib Reza is in second. Holly, no problems. Go, no problems. Nakamura, no problems. Here is Hofumi trying to make a move down the inside of Joshua Azurit. Azurit, meanwhile, goes around the outside to defend and make the move against Hofumi. Shakib Reza with the fastest lap, 1:15.325. Azurit now has to fend off against a charging Hofumi, 2022 Hololive GT3 champion, 2023 Formula Hololive postseason champion. Meanwhile, Mama Shakib Reza is hot on the heels of Callum Gibbons. This is way different from what we've seen in the start of the CEO Cup race, where Antara pulled away from drivers further back. Meanwhile, Shakib Reza having a very, very good launch there at the back straight. Now coming down into the inside, maybe Shakib Reza. He's getting close, but he's not going to risk it. Lap 3 has started, and let's take a look into the race field monitor. Joshua Azurit will pit in the next 4 laps. Same goes for Johan Sinful. Some drivers will be pitting in the next 7 to 8 laps. Callum Gibbons and Sakai Jimikala being one of the examples. So we're looking into a bit of a contrast of field strategies here, at least in the first stages of the race. Here's Shakib Reza just trying to get closer and closer to Gibbons. Shakib Reza still holds the fastest lap. These are the best drivers in the Zako Cup. Trying to battle against each other. 1:14.742 for Joshua Azurit as he now holds the fastest lap of the race so far. Shakib Reza just needs a very good launch off of Atwood. Oh, as you can see here, Shakib Reza just has a pretty good exit there. Now he just needs to rely on the slipstream for him to get ever so closer to Gibbons, but there's not enough room and he has to back off. He also needs to think about the tires. A bit of a dilemma that Shakib Reza is currently having here. Shakib Reza currently second against Callum Gibbons. So you can see Shakib Reza is now attacking in incorrect places, so that will harm him more than it will help. It will harm more than help, at least in this case. But Shakib Reza is not going to give up. As he continues to get closer, with 4 laps complete. Shakib Reza now having a pretty decent exit off of turn 2 into the SS and into Atwood. He needs a very, very good exit and just hope that Callum Gibbons just balls it, if it will. As the drivers now approach the hairpin, Paulie is also waiting in the wings. Go, Nakamura, Markman, Azurit, replacing the outgoing Jake Martinez, who's currently on his way to Singapore, that is. And just wanted to check on the rest of the field here, if there are any potential battles here. Potentially Masaraido and Tomoyuki Aoki, or Dawi Glover and Muhammad Cashew. This was interesting. Meanwhile, Azurit and Fumi continue to trade blows, but mostly because Azurit has now moved himself into pit lane. Jeff Rohan have also been an early mover, so they'll all have to pit 2 times, which is not the most ideal, but they're gonna have to do it anyway. Here's Sinful, and here is Jeff Rohan, so we don't expect them to be stationary for too long. Also, please note that Azurit is using Jake Martinez's helmet as He wasn't actually scheduled to race here. He was here just as a visitor, but now he's here as an emergency driver, just ready to race the More Calliope car after Jake Martinez races for More Calliope, especially after the Singapore round. So Azurit is going to move on with his plan of trying to make 2 pit stops. Five laps complete of the Okayama Super Prix, and now we have Momoshaka Reza now coming into the pits. Callum Gibbons, on the other hand, are now, well, currently in the race lead so far. So he's doing a pretty good job. Meanwhile, Go and Nakamura have traded both between each other. Now Chungo is in 3rd place. Chaka Reza and Pin stationary in their pit boxes. Here comes Joshua Zuri, so this will be a good test to see where Chaka Reza ends up. And you can see here Chaka Reza manages to stay ahead of Joshua Zuri, but this time he has fresher tires. So this will be to Chaka Reza's advantage, at least for now, if he keeps out of trouble. Yuan Masaraido now going around the outside of Tomoyuki Aoki. It was a plan, but that didn't really work. As we're trying to count down the 68 laps here in Okayama, as the sun is slowly setting on what is essentially an approaching winter month. Still got lots of racing action here, with Sean Pauli now setting the fastest lap of the race. 1:14.707 is the lap time set by Sean Pauli. So we'll see if there are any pit stop activity that come. And you can see here going down the inside Sean Pauli, but this time with the drivers being told to take it easy at the curbs, we don't really see the backflips now, which is very much positive. But Pauli is hounding Callum Gibbons here. The Coronet versus it's now Coronet versus Roboco for the top spot. And also in the context of the title hunt here, Asano currently in 7th. Jeff Rohan is currently down in 19th after making his first pit stop, and is going to be making his 2nd soon. So this one will be an interesting sight of pit stop strategies to see, because Asano is actually going to make a pit stop right now. Markman Fumi will also join him. And Asano will not put himself with a full tank of fuel, so he should be able to be comfortably ahead of Rohan. Still, well, already drivers have been making their moves into the pit lane, and right now I am feeling sleepy, so if I start sleep commentating, please let me know in the live chat in the comments. Rohan is in 17th. Fumi continues to stay stationary. Markman is on a full tank of fuel. Same goes for Ho Fumi. So that explains why they're staying up for as long as they do. Grant and Mikolev are now battling between each other here. Mikolev's now trying to defend his position. He's still on the inside at Piper, and now into Redmond and into Haas. Will Mikolev still be able to defend? He has the nose. He has the car lengths. A few car lengths ahead, so Mikolev is able to defend. Oh, and that's Irie Nakamura spinning at the final corner. As you see here, Nakamura is now going to be merging into the middle of the track here. This is not going to be helpful, as it's going to block the way of Sean Pauli. Already Mohamed Cashew And Nakamura is back for now, but is she able to continue? She is very, very slow right now, but she's able to get the first ball back. And what's she doing with Joshua? And right now she is back and looking at Nakamura. She is supposed to pit, but is messed up her pit lane entry, and now she's seriously running out of fuel. And currently she's going to be called to come into the pits again. So this is a very, very interesting set of circumstances for Nakamura, as she has essentially missed the pit entry, spun herself out at the exit of the final corner, and causing some troubles to Mohamed Cashew. Meanwhile, Sinful and Pin on a battle of their own, or rather Sinful against Hofu Mi. Or, well, that's mostly because Hofu Mi is already a lap down, so that explains everything. So anyways, Shalgo is now in the pits. Mikolev now into 4th place. Good exposure now for the Sakura Miko number 35. Which she will be coming into the pits, carrying the Flower Fantasia logos. Sakura Miko's first solo live coming up in 6 days time. So if you have the money to buy tickets, you can go buy the streaming tickets. If you have an in-person ticket, even better. I'm just sharing what's coming up for the Hololive members. Meanwhile, we got Asano and Shaka Reza now staying out as one of the few drivers who have yet to make their final stops. Mikolev Nakamura now finally coming in. Nakamura, who now finally comes to the pits. Aoki, Sinful, Cashew, Rohan, Azurit, and Go. Also, Alex Grant in the pits too, but he should be able to get himself back out. So we have Alex Grant now out on track with his Yukana Lobby number 63. 10 laps complete, still 58 laps to go. Might think of actually shortening this race due to host fatigue, or maybe red flagging this race and going for part 2 soon. Or it could be that the race should be would be red flag after 75% of the race distance. So we're just going to leave it there. And also, if I am going to end the stream early due to fatigue, I am going to also delay the results processing, as I probably need a shut-eye. Meanwhile, Jeff Rohan has now gotten himself back into the pits, and he's now down in 18th. Asano, with him currently in the lead, and assuming he doesn't pit and he stays in the lead, then he might actually be crowned as the 2024 Formula Hololive Japan Zako Cup champion this early on. I mean, it can happen. Just double check here on why the tower has glitched. So anyways, we still have 19 cars out on track. It's way healthier than what we have seen in the CO Cup, with only 10 finishers. Of course, remember DCM crashed out on the final lap. So anyways, on this battle, Asano and Shakib Reza have yet to make their pit stops. Shakib Reza and Takashi Pin are now being called into the pits right now, as Asano now dispatches Mohamed Cashew to put him a lap down. But please note that we still got a few drivers who are yet to make their final pit stops. Salman are going to pit in this lap, well, next lap. And also Hyuta Asano, who is about to run dry, he will stay for around at least 4 to 5 more, or at most 4 to 5 more laps. Reza now currently in 3rd, still in his pit box, just trying to continue to have his car service. Asano just continues to race on as usual. Asano not being called to pit. Salman will not be called into the pits as well, as you can see here. He's running very, very low, and I won't be surprised if he suddenly moves into the pit lane. Reza and Pin are taking a good amount of time in their pit box, with which now Reza will be getting out. He will be overtaken by Kaijin Mikalev, who I believe only makes a single pit stop. So Mikalev is looking to do some gains early on in this race by being good on strategy after your first pit stop. So anyways, Go and Sean Pauli now on a tit for tat between each other, as Sean Go is in the inside, Sean Pauli is on the outside. The battle of the Seans continue to rage on, coming into Redmond and Hobbs. Go is still hanging around the inside and almost going around the outside, but Sean Pauli should be able to defend. John Go currently in 4th, Sean Pauli, who's currently in 3rd. 13 laps complete here in Tsukuba. 13 laps complete here in Okayama for the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. We'll take our first commentary break here to essentially rest the mind and basically rest the throat as well. So the race will still go on as usual. So, and we will be returning next 2 or 3 laps, so don't go anywhere and stay tuned. Alright everyone, welcome back to the Formula Hololive Japan Zako Cup Round 4, the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. So we have already seen pit stop activities being done by multiple other drivers. We're actually looking at a lot of drivers that have already made their pit stops. And looking at the remaining drivers who have yet to make their pit stop, just like what we've seen in Suzuka, Asano is going to be the last driver who will be making his pit stop in this Zako Cup race. So he has a 55-second gap to Sean Pauli. So now the question is, will he be able to stay out? Will he be able to stay in the race lead, or will Sean Pauli take the race lead and go about for his first Formula Hololive win for Inagami Korone? And right now we have the confirmation that Asano is already in his pit box. He's getting a full tank of fuel ready for the rush until the end of this race. Here is Sean Pauli now trying to make his charge. You can see here the weather in Okayama is getting very, very dark here. It's already quite deep into the evening. So the drivers are not just racing to get to the finish line, they're racing for the clock so that they don't go beyond 5 p.m. Japan time, which sunset gets very, very close. And Of course, at that time, the sunset, there's not enough light here. So anyways, Yuta Asano is still stationary in his car here, and that will mean that Sean Pauli will be assuming his race lead. We will be assuming the race lead in the Inugami coordinated number 56 Honda car. And a bit of a positive note here for Sean Pauli, and also Inugami Korone, who is now a Honda E Motorsport affiliate. You really cannot imagine Inugami Korone's cars outside of a Honda. This is just probably absolutely perfect, more than perfect in a lot of sorts of angles. You also get to see Korone in a racing suit, which is also positive. As we're getting the stream to continue to progress, we're also going to check if there are any progressions for the drivers. Like, for example, Chanel Markman, who is now trying to catch up to Masaraido. And will Markman go down the inside? He is just too far back, unfortunately, so... You can see here, Markman does get closer and closer and closer. You can see here the differences between the lap times between Markman and Rod. Only 0.2 of a second, so... which is interesting to look at. Anyways, Markman against Raido, currently in a battle for 6th place. Raido tries to defend, while Markman is on the attack. So anyways, let's now backtrack ourselves here as Sean Pauli continues to pull away from Sean Go. The gap is now at 10 seconds between himself and Sean Go. And while Markman and Raido still trying to get close to each other, these are the closest any of the two cars are right now in Okayama right now for the Zako Cup. So again, if you are watching the stream right now, if you enjoy watching Hololive Racing, please drop a like in this video and or the stream. And if you want to see more Hololive Racing, you can drop a subscription. And if you don't want to miss any of our uploads, you can hit the notification bell. Just a heads up. Also a borderline shameless plug, but whatever, we'll just carry on as usual. So the racing currently continues to progress, and looking into potential overtakes being done. We are looking at Markman, who's currently staying in 7th place. Masaraido is currently 6th, Asano 5th. And right now, not much of changes here. But speaking of which, also a bit of a fun fact. Let's take a look into the progress chart. See see the biggest gainers. Skyji Mikolev have gained 10 positions from 18th for him to now get into the top 10. Masaraido jumps 10 positions to jump from 16 to 6, and Taruyoki Aki jumped from 15 to 3rd. So this is some interesting development here. What we're seeing. So we now have Sean Pauli, Sean Go, and Tamayuki Aoki making up the top 3 spots. And it will also be a Sean 1-2. So here, how's that for a positive experience, or rather a coincidental experience no less. It's positive and coincidental, that's what we can say. Looking into the battles coming up here in Okayama. Still not much to ride for here, as you can see here. Still the status quo right now. Chanel Marvin still trying to catch Masaraido. Yeah, streaming for about this long is actually very, very tiring, as I cannot, as I have to put on my best behavior. So, of course, putting on your best behavior is very tiring sometimes. So, I will try my best to keep it that way, as we have now passed 20 laps here in the Zako Cup. Is actually getting closer than you think here into Irie Nakamura's gap, and likewise Nakamura is closer to Shake Reza. Well, we got Shango setting 116.8, Aoki set 116.6. Gibbons 116.5, Hyota Asano 116.052, and remember Jeff Rohan is down in 18th, Sunil Markman is in 7th, so the title fight is still going to be still pretty much a touch and go as to how this CO Cup battle is going to pan out. Because if I'm not mistaken, as far as drivers still within Asano's gap, if Asano Asano is currently able to outscore Rohan by well over 70 points, which will put him it will essentially render Jeff Rohan out of title contention. Sunil Markman is not only like 2 positions behind Asano, like from 7th to 5th. But you can see here, Markman, who actually also had a 130 plus points gap, so Markman may still be in the title hunt for the Zako Cup. And as for the rest of the drivers, Alex Grant, who's currently down in 19th. Sean Pauli, on the other hand, is going to be looking to win this race. So we are expecting 3 more title contenders in the CO Cup. Meanwhile, taking Jake Martinez's place temporarily, Joshua Azurid. He should be able to have a decent race here if he stays in 13th, but he will be out of title contention. Shaka Reza is currently in 11th place. So he will be out of title contention. So does Hofumi, Irie Nakamura, Callum Gibbons. They will most likely be out of title contention. So if the results continue to persist as it is right now, so we will only have 3 title contenders left for the Zako Cup, which will be Hyuta Asano, Sean Pauli, and Chanel Markman. At least that is the theorized potential standings for the CO Cup. We got Callum Gibbons now running in 4th place after starting on pole position. He was beaten by Shango, Tomoyuki Aoki, and Sean Pauli, especially Tomoyuki Aoki, who has had a masterful strategy to get herself from the bottom part of the grid into the podium position, so she's doing a very good job. And if she can stay here, then she will bring about Shiraka Mitsubi's first podium in 2024 in Formula Hololive. Pretty much exciting in the grand scheme of things, for sure. 23 laps, we should have passed the first third barrier in this race. Okayama now currently in a chase against Shango. The gap now between Go and set at 0.4 seconds. Potential battles afoot right here. Just trying my best to keep myself energized, but right now my brain is not cooperating with me. I still would love to host these things on time, but then we got lots of personal issues and all that stuff. So maybe, just maybe, there might be a schedule realignment soon in the Aero, cutting down a lot on the races. So again, if I have to do this, I will have to apologize in advance. But this is mostly for fatigue control purposes and priority shifting, as you know, university stuff, personal stuff and all that stuff. When you are being called upon by your family member to contribute, no less. Of course, family commitments have to come first. The dietary education commitments have to come at a priority as well. Your well-being also must come at a priority. I mean, don't get me wrong, the series is amazing, and also I am doing this I'm hosting these series to essentially reflect the usage of IoT informs in Hololive these days. And this is the official series that is currently being run as Taoyuki Aoki tries to chase Shango, and there's where the interesting part comes in. Will Aoki try to attack? Oh, Aoki's gonna go down the inside. She's gonna dive bomb down the inside of Shango. Will it go down? Well, the answer is gonna be yes, as Shango tries to, gets very squirrely here into Revolver and Piper. You can see here, goes off wide there. Tamayuki Aoki, she's going to lose out on this battle against Shango. Meanwhile, Count Gibbons, hot on the heels of Shango. Asano really needs to win this race and hope that Markman also doesn't score points, and also Sean Pauli drops out from contention if Yuta Asano wants to win this title here in Okayama instead of Motei. And the battles just keep on going here as Aoki is still chasing Shango in the middle of this pack, battle for the battle for second. Former helmet. And right now Aoki might be moving down the inside once again. Look at the onboards here for Asano, for Aoki, and the radar on the bottom right. You see how close they were. Also Calvin Gibbons and Yuta Asano. Yuta Asano's going to be on the charge here. Asano's going to be on the attack. Asano has gone wide, and right now Asano has done just enough for him to get himself into 4th place. And now it's Tomoyuki Aoki and Shango for the battle for second, with Shango now being the victor of this battle. Shango, is currently holding on to second place, while Yuta Asano is going to try to make it a three-peat. He has won 2 races already consecutively. He's won at Autopolis in the final Formula Hololive race. In the final race, while Aqua is still active, at least in the Japan side of things, he also won in Suzuka in the Epilogue Grand Prix after Naoto Aqua has done her graduation. And now Asano's going to do it again. He's going to go down the inside, and unfortunately for Tomoyuki Aoki, there's no drama here, but Aoki is going to switch back down the inside. Asano now tries to hang around the outside. See if there are any potential battles here. Oh, you can see here Asano has to defend around the outside, and Asano now gets up into third place, one step closer for the title. Meanwhile, Asano's gonna be desperate to chase Shango. Sean Pauly's gap to Hyuta Asano is currently at 170 points. If Asano is in second, then it will be dropped down to 145 points, if I am not mistaken. So this would still be a title for Asano, for Asano for the taking. Where Asano is currently on a serious chance to win the Zako Cup. Still lost to play for here after 28 laps. Asano tries to make a move against Shango. Shango, meanwhile, defends very well, and now Asano's going to be under pressure from Aoki. Oh, you see Tomoyuki Aoki now tries to strike, but has made her move in the incorrect position. So Aoki falls out from this battle so far, but she will be coming back. While Asano is going to be trying for something against Shango, who's currently running second. Remember, lap cars almost costed Danilo Goyena the win in the CO Cup. In the Zako Cup, will it be the case? Here is Alex Grant and Jeff Rohan. Here is Sean Pauly. So lap cars will come as in the same lap period as the CO Cup. While Shango still needing to defend against Hyuta Asano. So let's take a look into Asano's progress here. The gap's now at around 0.3 of a second, and right now, will there be any potential signs of battle? Yes. Also, nice to see 19 cars in the Zako Cup still running as well as they would be. Oh, Asano now getting very close there to Shango. Will there be a move down the inside? Far back to make a move down, for second place. But remember, lap cars have almost costed Danilo Goyena in the CO Cup race in pretty similar circumstances. What's to say that it will also happen to Sean Pauly? Unfortunately, Sean Pauly has not been embroiled in any collision controversy for now. He has been racing very clean up to this point, so hats off to him for making progress. 30 laps complete and coming into the halfway stage. So we're gonna take a second break here, and as we mentioned here, that's Alex Grant. I think he has hopped onto the curbs at what corner? Again, the high curves that Iowa has struck again. Alex Grant has now retired and has teleported back into the pit lane. Meanwhile, Asano is going to be chasing Shango for this battle, so we're going to have to wait until the second break comes. Meanwhile, Asano is going to try to get himself close enough, and he's just not close enough. And with Alex Grant retiring, then he is no longer a title contender. He's now officially out of title contention. He had been running in 4th place, but with his retirement and with the continuous progression of the drivers in front of him, this will mean that Grant is now out of the title, as we mentioned, out of the title fight. Asano looking for the chance against Shango, who is slightly holding Asano back. Asano is just going to try to persevere again and again and again as they're now in straight to start lap 32 with 31 laps complete. Remember, Sean Pauly is already across the line and he is still race leader. Jeff Rohan is right over here. Here's Sean Pauli in Revolver and Piper. Rohan is currently at Redmond. So there is a center entry to see how Sean Pauli navigates against Jeff Rohan. Meanwhile, we got Hyota Asano once again trying to make a move here. It comes out Hyota Asano now down the inside. It's going to be a dive bomb. They're now alongside. Asano rides the curves, but he rides it just enough so that he doesn't flip. Meanwhile, Asano tries to go around the outside. A Revolver and Piper against Sean Go. Asano almost makes the move stick, but now has to think about trying to defend against Tamayuki Aoki and Count Gibbons. Now exiting the final corner for these drivers to start lap 33. Goes down very well to defend Asano up to this point. But as far as strategy is concerned, I think this is what Go wants, because he's not expecting to win this race. Sean Pauli does, because he currently has a very, very good lead. But remember, if the lap cars are going to cause a lot of trouble by not allowing the leaders to pass, then there will be problems for the leaders and how the rest of the field should be able to catch up. But then again, what can we do with Santa Corsa? Not much, because we really don't have a proper blue flag rule. Meanwhile, Asano's now going to be thinking of defending against Tamayuki Aoki and Cal Gibbons for the third place. Three laps complete as Sean Pauli has just crossed the start finish line. So we are going to take a short break here to rest the mind once again. We will come back around lap 36 or lap 32 to really relax the mind, as we're going to be taking a look into Asano's defenses. But okay, you know what, let's just wait until something else. You all got Sinful and Rohan trading blows between each other, the 7 and the 10 on 7-11. Meanwhile, Jeff Rohan now goes around the outside and has been beaten by Johan Sinful by traction, so Sinful will stay in 17th, Rohan in 18th, and here's Sean Pauli at the back. So let's see how much of a hindrance these drivers are going to be to Sean Pauli, or will Sean Pauli be able to disperse them easily? So here's Dalsana once again, now coming down the inside, but too far back. Sean Go has the corner. So we're going to take a short break here at around lap 35. So we'll be back at around lap 37 to lap 38. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. We will be back. Apologies for the open microphone here, as we're officially back here again. Just really wanting to, just here to try to find an opportunity to rest the brain, as Asano was now going to go at it again against Sean Go. Will now this time no move down the inside. 32 seconds is the gap between Sean Go and Sean Pauli, as he's now stuck behind Jeff Rohan. Big away, Johansson will now make his move against Takahashi Pin. Osaka Koiri is going to host a Hololive baseball tournament. Meanwhile, Aoki and Asano have traded blows once again, as Asano now defends third place. Now the eyes are going to be second place. Pin still stays ahead of Sinful. Rohan is in 18th, and Sean Pauli is going to clear, or at least try to clear Jeff Rohan. Well, Jeff Rohan is still going to make it slightly difficult for Sean Pauli here. Jeff Rohan has the better straight line speed. Jeff Rohan's going to hang around the outside. Maybe. And he's still alongside. He's going to go cause trouble to Sean Pauli. Sean Pauli is going to lose time. But unlike Danilo Goyena, Sean Pauli shows that he's able to pierce through lap traffic. And with relative ease too, so that's nice to see. Incoming corner driver fighting tooth and nail for what they've got. So anyways, we got viewers tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. Still feeling tired right now, so see here the gap's still at 32 seconds, but this time he is now stuck behind the likes of both Johan Sinful and Takashi Pin. So we're going to be paying attention to the gaps between Holly and Go and Asano. See if there's anything that comes by. Aoki's the fastest, or rather Gibbons is the fastest here, and now it's going to be a train of 6 cars in the battle for second place. That ends with Chanel Markman. 36 laps complete, and Chanel Markman now is looking into Masa Riders' rear wing. The potential battles afoot for these drivers, the answer is going to be yes. As I'm just going to reorganize the work space here just to make it a bit more comfortable. Sinful meanwhile is against Takashi Pin, and right now he is getting very close, but is he close enough for an overtake? Oh, and you can see here Sean Paul is still being held up, but you can see here the pace difference is still pretty much the same here. The gap has not closed down. 117 for the drivers, especially for Sean Go, who's currently setting 117. So Asano really needs to clear him as soon as possible. Dirty air not helping Asano in the corners. Asano is looking to get a pretty decent exit off of Atwood, and now coming into the hairpin. He's still just too far back, so he cannot make a move right now unless, let's say, go understeers. 117.468, and you can see here the lap time is absolutely matched for Paulie and Go. So both actually lapping at around the same lap time as both Sinful and Rohan. So Asano really needs to do or die when it comes to attacking Sean Go if he wants to mark his credentials and win his 3rd Formula Hololive race in a row. And currently in the main straight, Asano just continues to make his own charge. Will he be making a move down the inside? Still no so far, but we'll see what happens at the end of the battle. Here comes Asano now. Let's see if he has a very solid exit from Atwood, and now you can see here Asano. He's not peeling down the right side. Actually, he is. He's going to make a surprise move against Sean Go. It's now do or die for Asano to clear. Asano needs to clear him soon, right here, right now. So if he does go off into the grass, let's just hope he stays ahead. He just about stays ahead. Asano is now up in 2nd place. And meanwhile, battles further back. Gibbons and Tomoyuki Aoki for 4th place. Gibbons trying to get himself into 4th place. into Mike Knight and into the final corner. It's still Gibbons with the advantage, trying to go around the outside to defend something. And oh, there might be some 4 wide. We are seeing some potential 3 wide. This is 3 wide coming into the turn 1. And Chanel Markman just bashes into Tomoyuki Aoki's door. She's not going to be happy about this one. Meanwhile, Masaraido is sniffing at a chance to make something happen, to make an overtake against Tomoyuki Aoki. The battle for second has not been expanded to this battle for 7. And now Asano has now pulled away against Sean Go. Sean Pauli still stuck behind Johan Sinful and Co. That is Takashi Pin. So this is going to be interesting to see how this develops between these drivers. Anyways, we're looking at onboard Sean Pauli. See if there's anything that he has come up with. Right now he is still losing time though to Yuta Asano. $40 laps complete, 28 laps to go. Still all to play for in the Zako Cup. Asano looking to further extend his championship lead and to whittle down the championship hopefuls to only like 2 or 3. Right now it's Yuta Asano in charge, looking for his third consecutive podium finish in 3 races, and looking for his third consecutive win in 3 races. Now, if he does win here, he does not win the title due to Sean Pauli's amazing performances, and also Chanel Markman inside the top 5, which essentially keep both of them in the title hunt. Of course, Asano has a huge cushion if he does continue his title fight with Otani. He just needs to finish at a certain position if he wants to guarantee the Formula Hololive Zako Cup title to go to the Aqua Crew. So right now the development is still just very interesting to look at. But meanwhile, there is a battle further back between Mikalev, Cashew, Glover, Shakabreza, Nakamura, and Azurit, and hopefully and Crystal Salman, who is currently running in between 8th to 15th. The second group of cars are currently running inside the points. Sean Pauli with 1:16.716, and it looks to me that he has already cleared, or rather he has not cleared from Takashi Pin. Meanwhile, Asano continues to bang in great laps after great laps. He's now only 29 seconds behind Sean Pauli. So the Aqua Crew member who have lost their queen and their gamer maid, he's now a man on a mission now, trying to vindicate something from Nato Aqua. Even now that she's gone, Asano still has the Aqua Crew part of him remaining, and he wants to channel it to an unlikely run towards at least the Zako Cup title. Alright, so we're going to take a third break here. We're going to be scheduling maybe 2 more breaks here to rest the mind and all that stuff. So as we're going to be paying attention to the gaps between Pauli and Asano, please take a look into... Oh, actually, no. There's actually a potential battle here between Tomoyuki Aoki and Chanel Markman. Markman tries to go around the outside of Aoki. Markman now has the inside line coming to Revolver and Piper. Tomoyuki Aoki gets pushed off white and now gets under pressure to be overtaken by Masaraido. This time it's Masaraido now down the inside. you can see here, Aoki has won this battle against Masaraido. They were side by side at the very least, and almost by the end of Mike Knight, they were already single file. But you saw them battling right up until hops. That was amazing. But anyways, the gap's now dropped down to between Apollo and Asano, 27 seconds. So we're going to again take a third commentator break. Again, the stream is still here, and we will return. So stay tuned, and again, don't go anywhere. Hello everyone, welcome back to Okayama for the Okayama Super Pre Zako Cup race. And right now the gap's dropped down to 24.8 seconds with 45 laps complete with 23 laps to go. Sean Pauli again is still stuck behind Johansson full, so this will be something to look out for. Markman currently in 5th, Aoki and Ryder still stay where they are. Mikalev hanging on for dear life for 8th place. As no one is watching the stream. No one is watching the stream. No one is watching the stream. So right now we're just going to we're gonna go on as usual. Mikalev currently in 8th place, still trying to defend against Mohamed Cashew and Dawi Glower, who's looking for his first points in Formula Hololive Japan. After 3 runs without a single point, he's looking to change all of that today. As you can see here, the clouds are finally clear and the evening skies have already opened here in Okayama. 23 seconds is the gap between Asano and Pauli. And you can see here, if we look at the times here, we will be checking it soon. Tom Pauli should have been in the CEO Cup, true, but of course due to so many real estates, so many members coming into the bright uniforms, even those who are committed 100% to the bright uniforms are in the Zako Cup due to there just being no space, not enough space. But anyways, as Sean Pauli have just set his lap time, relieved it to a 1:17 as he continues to remain stuck behind the drivers in front as Johansson, Fon, Takashi, Penn. Meanwhile, Hyota Asano is now crossing the start-finish line. The gap's now dropped down to 23 seconds. Dropping up a massive lead over Sean Go. So you see Asano is 2 seconds a lap faster. So based on the predictions, he might be able to catch Sean Pauli by around lap 60 or 61. So please stay tuned to that as we are going to continue the progress of this race. Janelle Markman at 2/10 of a second. Will he make a move down the inside on Callum Gibbons? Oh, he hits the curb. Has to take it easy. Already 47 laps complete. It is now 4:21 in Japan and very much closer than ever to sunset. And as you can see here, this is where the sun is right now. Of course, we're coming into the winter months in the northern hemisphere. So the sunsets are going to be much earlier and the sunrise is much later. So that's why some nations have already opted to use the daylight savings time, which kind of makes sense. Well, it does make sense, kind of. But anyways, let's not backtrack ourselves too much, because right now we still have Chanel Martin trying to get himself closer to Callum Gibbons. Asano, on the other hand, continues to come ever so closer, and you can see here Pauli still struggles to pass Johan Sinful. Markman 5th, Aoki 6th, Nakamura 12th, Azuri 13th, Salman 15th, and then Sinful also in 17th. Sean Pauli still struggling to make the pass on Johan Sinful. Sinful making it very difficult for Jeff Rohan. Making it difficult for Sean Pauli. Again, we are now coming into 49 laps complete. Here comes Chanel Markman and Tomoyuki Aoki, but this time it's going to be Chanel Markman ahead of Tomoyuki Aoki, who's now dropped down to 6th. Mikolev, on the other hand, is on his own battle here, trying to defend against Mohamed Cashew. Mikolev just trying to hang on for dear life. We got to get this 8th place. Decent last to first challenge for the Sakaramiko driver, although he's not really last. You can think of him as last as due to his proximity to last place. While Sean goes sits 3rd in the Ishirika number 66. Oh, there might be potential battles here. Someone actually went on the inside here. That's actually Chanel Markman around the outside against Callum Gibbons at turn 2. And now Callum Gibbons is going to try to defend around the outside of the S's and now into Atwood. Oh, nearly making contact there, but Callum Gibbons should be able to defend here. The gap is now 22 seconds. What has happened to Asano's pace? And did Johan Sinful find the ability to pick up the pace and to not cause Sean Pauli any trouble? Sinful now continues to pressurize Takashi Pin in the number 54 Hakui Koyori car. And against Asano, that's a 158 of speed that Sean Pauli has been setting a 116. But then we should trust that Asano is able to catch. But then again, there's also Jeff Rohan, which will cause troubles for Asano. Because right now, all Sean Pauli needs is just stay up front. 50 laps have completed here in Okayama with 18 laps to go. Let's just hope that everything proceeds as usual. Sinful on an attack against Takashi Pin. The big question is that will it be close enough, and the answer is going to be no, it's not even close. Meanwhile, Chanel Markman and Tomoyuki Aoki are going to go at it once again. Tomoyuki Aoki now around the outside. But now, with that exit compromise, she's not gonna be under pressure from Masaraido in the number 82 Todoroki Hajime car. Asano continues to set low, high 115s to continue to chisel at the gap between himself and Sean Pauli. But as it stands, it's not going to be enough. Yuta Asano, second place, still trying to catch Sean Pauli. He's not having a lonely race right now, but let's just hope that it resolves itself pretty soon. Meanwhile, there might be some potential battles here from what we're seeing in the timing tower. You know, Markman currently running 5th and Masaraido running 7th. Nakamura in 12th. Azurit in 13th in his debut race in Formula Hololive and in aero competitions. And for Hyodoshi Ao, we're going to be paying attention to Azurit a bit more. Let's take a look into how Sean Pauli runs his race. Asano now sets a 1:16.026, so he's now seriously mellowing himself, presumably from his battle with Sean Go. And fortunately for Pauli, he's still at a decent enough distance against Sinful, on which there is not much, and then there's not much of a pace difference between these two either. Masaraido losing touch there on that last lap. Now under pressure to be under the clutches of Isakaji Mikolev. Again racing for Sakura Miko in 60 before the live concert, which Sakura Miko is dead set to use the bright uniforms. Something like what Ashley did. And coming into the braking zone, Mikolev continues to stay put where he is. Here's Mikolev in 8th place, Marmak Cashew in 9th, still trying to catch the Sakaji Mikolev, but still nothing to come by. So once we get past around lap 57 or lap 58, we'll go for one final commentator break before I will come back to finish the commentary. And with that being said, if you have any questions, please drop your inquiries in the live chat. I'll be sure to respond as much as I can. See how worn out a lot of these tires are right now after 54 laps of racing, or rather after 44 to 45 laps of racing. Sean Pauli now sets a 1:16.1. Asano is also going to be set to set a 1:16.1 unless there's something drastic that's going to happen. As you can see here, Sean Pauli is now not able to get past Johan Sinful and Takashi Pin. They're now on the league of their own. So Sean Pauli is free to just chill where he is right now. Evening is rolling in here in Okayama. Oh, someone's went wide there. It looks like someone's went wide. That was Johan Sinful, I believe. Saw some smoke there. Could just be me. But anyways, the gap between Pauli and Asano is 19.7 seconds. More drivers already crossing the line. Here comes Sinful. And here comes Sean Pauli, because he had pin sets 1:15.8. 1:16.5 for Sinful and a 1:15.8 for Sean Pauli. If Asano is able to respond better, then we could have a battle on our hands. As you can see here, 156.53 for Hyota Asano. So there are responses left, right, and center from these drivers. So okay, so we're gonna take one final break here. We should be able to return by around lap 58 or lap 59. So you give us 5 minutes to rest the body. Give us 5 minutes to rest the body and mind and all that stuff. So hopefully everyone will still be here. Everyone will still be here for the final few laps of the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. So anyways, stay tuned and don't go everywhere, everyone. Anyways, everyone, welcome back to the stream here in Okayama for the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. We are now coming into lap 58, and right now the status quo has remained unchanged as far as the top two are concerned. Meanwhile, Chanel Markman currently is in 5th place on his own battle against Callum Gibbons this time. So we're looking into a determined top 3 right now, Paulie, Asano, and Go. So this will be a three-way fight for the title as far as the drivers are concerned. Sean Go is now out of title contention in the Zako Cup, but he has won the Zako Series in Holland, so that is something to be excited for, and even Ichijiri has noticed it and has expressed her appreciation, if we will. So anyways, we are now coming into the final 10 laps of Okayama as we are now into the final stages of this race. Because man, again, having drab races in Formula Holland despite ASCII committing to the bright uniforms. Chagareza staying in 11th place, now trying to attack David Glover, who is on for his first point finish in Formula Hololive Japan. So hats off for him for this achievement. While Mikashiu 9th. Isagaji Mikala meanwhile is in 8th and on the precipice of getting himself up into 6th place. Now with Masaraido and Tamayuki Aoki right in front of him. So Mikalev can do something very amazing and pass these two cars to essentially make for a memorable last to first challenge. Meanwhile, as the top three separated by around 32 seconds. And now Gibbons and Markman are now catching up to Sean Go. Dave have found out about this real estate. And Nakamura and Azurit now chasing Shakif Reza. We see Nakamura not comfortable with that second corner here, but she is still trying to attack as much as possible. Sean Pauli. Now, there's a lot of stories about Inagami Korene that I'd like to talk about. We can talk about the various collaborations that Korene has made. We can talk about the massive amounts of activities that Korene has done. We also can talk about Korene's interests and her essentially basically her achievements and all that stuff. So right now we are going to look back onto the original songs here. So Korene has already released 8 songs as a single. Sweet Magic, and then we have no, this is a cover. So sorry, wrong part of the script, but anyways, Korene has made an original song before, and that is Korene no Saigo. Hang on, this one's a very long name, so I'm going to need to take some time to process the name. Korene no Saikyo Tensai Wonderful World. Saikyo Tensai is also written in some pretty weird words. And then there's Ducky God Street, Wonky Wonky, Kawaii Kochek, Trouble Wander, Map Popcorn World. So those are the original songs that Korene have released. So it's going to be a trouble wander for every other drivers here to get into Sean Pauli's wake, as he currently still maintains this race lead after 61 laps. Sean Pauli is already the driver with the most amount of laps. It's been well over 2 years since Sean Pauli have tasted a win on merit and not as a result of punting other drivers out and as such being given penalties. Of course, he did win. He did win on track at Autopolis in Hala G3 back in January early this year, but was given a harsh penalty due to the fact that he punted Richie Rod, the then Shiraka Fubuki driver, out of the race. And no, Richie Rod was the race leader, so that of course is a no-no by the stewards. So what was supposed to be Korene and Sean Pauli's first win in Hololive GT3 in almost 2 years have now become a continuous waiting game. But in Formula Hololive, Sean Pauli and Inagami Korene have yet to win a Formula Hololive race. And if Sean Pauli does win here, and it will be the first time since July 2022 that the Inagami Korene car has won a ARO race, and the first time that Sean Pauli and Inagami Korene wins a Formula Hololive race. And also I'd like to mention, first win for Sean Pauli and Inagami Korene since the 2022 season. been a long time coming, but if Sean Pauli can still hang on to his lead, then good things are indeed coming and forthcoming for these drivers. And also, we should be able to show the full standings for the Zako Cup, as there's only one retirement, and that's the form of Alex Grant. We're here in the final 5 laps of the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race, and we still got a few things left on the tank. Will Isakaji Mikalev make those 2 sweet passes to get himself into 6th in what is currently a memorable drive for him, starting from nearly the back of the grid? Started 18th, he's now up in 8th place. So you can see here the biggest gainers, of course, is Ryota Asano and Isakaji Mikalev, who each gained 10 positions at the start. Johan Sinful lost 9 places at the start. He started in 8th, is now down in 17th. And weirdly enough, despite running a 2-stopper, Asano was still able to mount a charge against Sean Pauli, even though this is not going to plan. Okay, this is now the final 5 laps of this race. Make that the final 4 laps as Sean Pauli have now crossed the line. The race is almost set to... The race is almost set to conclude here in Okayama. Meanwhile, potential battles here. Oh, that's Nakamura and Shakib Reza here. You saw on Nakamura's onboard, or rather on Azurid's onboard, how Shakib Reza had managed to get past Nakamura, and how Nakamura manages to stay ahead of Azurid. Then again, Azurid also having a very decent race here on his debut, racing for Hyodoshi Ao in place of Jake Martinez, who is just about about to arrive in Singapore for the Singapore Super Prix. Right now, we see Sinful and Pin continuing to race on as usual. Only Alex Grant is inside the pit garages. Here comes the final 3 laps here in the Okayama Super Prix before we conclude the races here in Okayama. And right now, Sinful is just trying to get a very good exit off of the Atwood, but right now he's just not too far back. But anyways, let's talk about Sean Pauli while we're at it. Sean Pauli, as we mentioned here, has been a so close yet so far type of driver when it comes to winning once again since winning at Fuji, where he started second alongside the then Sakaramiko driver. I believe it was Yosor Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez started on pole on both Fuji summer races in the 2022 Hololive GT3 season. And then Sean Pauli won both of the Fuji summer races in the Hololive GT3 2022 season in the Fuji summer races, 2 races that is. And since then, Pauli has came so close yet so far for a win. Of course, the most notable one being the fact that he did win on track, but he was penalized, so he didn't really win the race, but he did win on track. So Pauli might think that he might have actually won on track. And as for Formula Hololive, on the other hand, it has come close numerous times, but this should be the race that should seal it for him. If he can just hang on in these final few laps, then he should be in for a good time. The Korenesuki should be in for a good time as they are able to see their Precious Oshi's car win a Formula Hololive race for the first time in 2 years. The long dry spell is about to end, with Sean Pauli just needing a single lap, just one more lap after this to seal the deal. As It's a wonderful world for Sean Pauli and Inugami Korone right now, as they're now currently coming into Mike Knight and the final corner to start the final lap of the Okayama Super 3 Zako Cup race. All Sean Pauli needs to do is to just bring it home. Don't crash anyone. Don't do anything stupid. That's all he needs to do. Of course, Sean Pauli is racing with a custom helmet featuring Inugami Korone's doodles, and also Sega, which is the company that Korone is very much closely tied to other than Honda. Sean Pauli, very much the guy that wants to do a lot of things on his own, but is all fine in representing Inugami Korone. Clears Johan Sinful, but will he be able to finally clear Johan Sinful on this final lap, or will it end in tragedy? Right now, Sean Pauli doesn't need to risk it. He just went off wide, but he's still good for now. Sean Pauli only has 4 corners to go. July 2022 was the last time Sean Pauli and Inugami Korone tasted victory. Now in Okayama, rounding out the final corner, they're able to end this dry spell that has lasted 2 years. They have turned Okayama into the doggy god street. Sean Pauli wins in Okayama. He wins the Okayama Super Prix Zako Cup race. And with it, the drought has finally come to an end for Sean Pauli, for Inugami Korone in aero competitions, and better yet, this is their first win in Formula Hololive. Ryuta Sano finishes a respectable second to really kickstart the final race of the season as a title visualizations. Chanel Markman will finish 5th, Chongo 3rd. It was a good try for him to get into the podium, but as far as championship contest, it's already over. Same goes for Callum Gibbons. For Chanel Markman, the fight is now on between 3 drivers. Tamayuki Aoki will finish 6th, Masa Raito finishes 7th, and Isekai Jimekala has done well to start from the back and to get himself into 8th in what is going to be the last race before Sakura Miko will perform in her own solo life, presumably majority in running in majority bright uniforms. Cashew 9, Glover 10th in his first points finish. Congratulations. Chakareza 11, Nakamura 12, Azure 13th, Fumi 14th, Salman 15th, Pin 16th, and Sinful 17th. And out of the way, let's take a look at the race results. Sean Pauli, Ryuta Asano, and Shango make up the podium. Congratulations to Sean Pauli and Inugami Korone for winning for the first time since 2022 July. Also, it's a Sean 1-3, so that's a bit of a positive note for him as well. Ryuta Asano cannot make it 3 wins in a row, but he does make it finishes higher than 3rd for the 3rd consecutive race. Finishes no lower than 2nd in the 3rd consecutive race. Ryuta Asano will have the best seat in the house for the final race of the season in Motegi. We'll check into the title permutation soon enough. Callum Gibbons 4 for Roboco, Chanel Markman 5 for Raden, 6 goes to Tamayuki Aoki for Shirakami Fubuki, Masaraito 7 for Todoroki Hajime, Isakama Jimmy Mikalev 8th for Sakura Mika, as we mentioned before, started 18th, now up in 8th. Very great drive for Isakaji Mikala, showcasing determination and resolve to not give up and to fight until the end, just like what Sakura Miko is doing right now. And of course, she'll be using the right uniform, so this one will cover all of the designs and all that stuff. But anyways, Mohamed Cashew 9 for Tsunamaki Watame, and 10th place go to Daoi Glover for Otono Sakanade, his first points finish. So Mawashaka Reza 11 for Nenechi, 12th place goes to Iron Nakamura for Akai Hato. In his first points being positioned, first start in aero competitions, Joshua Azurit. Apologies if I said the nationality to Vietnam instead of the Philippines. He's actually Filipino, so apologies if I got the nationality wrong. Hofumi 14th for Tokino Sora with Crystal Salmon, 15th for ASCII, 16th Takashi Pin for Akirikori, the first driver outside of the points. Johan Sinful 17th and 4th Natsura Matsuri. And Jeff Rohan, his title challenge, title aspirations are now finally out of the dust with that 18th place finish for Tokoyami Towa, and of course the only DNF in this race, Alex Grant for Yukihana Lami. So as we're going to save the replay we're going to prefer only be checking on Alex Grant's incident to see what has exactly happened. So let's take a look into Alex Grant to see what has happened to him. As you can see here, he tries to go down the inside and clips the curb. Oh, yep, that is incident to, yeah, he had it coming. So anyways, that should be it for the results, at least for this part. And unfortunately, the results have processed, so we are able to check the results and the championship standings coming into the final race of the season. And the point situation is actually going to be very interesting here. So let's take a look into the point standings coming into the final race of the Formula Hololive Japan season. Ryuta Asano at 632, Sean Pauli 487, and actually, Sunil Markman is out of title contention. Fifth place was not enough. So it's now going to be a two-horse race between Ryuta Asano and Sean Pauli for the Zako Cup. With Alex Grant and Jeff Rohan also retiring, they're also out of title contention. Chanel Markman ran 5th, but he needed 4th, with Ryuta Asano running 2nd and Sean Pauli winning for him to remain in the title hunt. But now, with the points position that he has right now, he's not going to be challenging for the title. It's going to be a straight fight between Asano and Pauli. Asano just needs to finish the job at Motegi. So anyways, rest of the field. Callum Gibbons at 6, Tomoki Aoki 7, Shaka Reza 8th, Joshua Azurira taking over Jake Martinez for a while, starts in 9th, Sean Go 10, Nakamura 11, Cashew 12, Fumi 13th, Masaraido 14th, Salman 15th, 16th is Itsukaichi Mikolev, Johansson for 17th, David Glover finally opens up his points tally, he's now in 18th, and Takashi Pin stays in 19th with only 12 points. I'm just surprised that anyone is. Anyways, with that being said, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the stream. If you like the stream, please drop a like. If you like Hololive Racing, please drop a like on this video. If you want to see more Hololive Racing, please drop a subscription. And if you want to not miss any of the streams, please hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the streams and videos coming up. That being said, that should be it for Formula Hololive Japan, because in the next 5 hours, it will be Formula Hololive International's turn to race in Singapore. We'd like to see you there as well. And with that being said, thank you for everyone here in Okayama for treating us to a good race, despite having crashes in the CO Cup. And we'd like to see more of that in Singapore as we conclude the activities of Formula Hololive Japan. With that being said, thank you for everything here in the stream. My name is Bonca and Reza, and we would like to see you in Singapore in 5 weeks, in 5 hours this time. Take care, everyone.